Happy New Year! Hope you're doing well. Happy New Year, Tatsuo. Hi. The jump scared. Surprise. That's what you can look forward to for 2026. Hello. I hope y'all rang in the new year very nicely. Whether you stayed up or whether you just let it happen. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was a little renegade one, but yeah, I had a piece of wish paper, and I lit it on fire. Yeah. 405 Tatsuo, wonderful. Keep up the excellent work. You had a whole year of being consistent and good. Yeah. So you can do it. Farewell streak. Oh, on Iriam. I see. Yeah. Well, you know what? It's a new year. It's a new day, it's a new year, so it's a reset. Yeah. I can't tell you. Surrounded by perverts, I can't tell you. You know the rules. You know how this works. But I wrote it on a piece of like tissue or crepe paper, and you roll it into a tube or like a cylinder, and then it'll stand like upright on this little paper. And I lit it on fire, and then it starts to burn down, and then it lifts the paper up off the launching pad. So yeah. Oh, Iriam was signed out and you didn't know? Oh no. I understand. And like I said, the one that was at the end of the day yesterday was kind of a little bit of a renegade one. I wanted to get on a little bit earlier, but actually Iriam reset for the new year um, before anyways, but they had a cute little background, and yeah, it was pretty neat. So I had a good time. It was short. It was like not even like 20 minutes or something like that. And actually, I started it, and then somebody came in and they were just like, hey, did you know there's a New Year's background? And I was like, I didn't. And it's like, would you, like, there was like two of us. So it was just kind of like, well, what if I like signed out and then logged back in again so that I could use the new background? And they're like, yeah, do it. And so I streamed twice at the end of the year last night. So, but yeah. Mm-mm-mm. But yeah, like I said, I hope y'all had fun. I had a good time. My neighbors invited me out. They to play board games, and it was nice. They are. I gotta say, I didn't feel like. I think because it was so exciting, because it was the end of it's New Year's Eve. I don't know that the attention span was quite there for everybody to be learning into new, or like learning new games and stuff like that. But they liked the one that I brought, so I'm happy for that. The one I brought I is accommodates big groups, and it's pretty easy to pick up. I think the first one was like too many rules, and people people didn't get it. Um, so, but we made it happen. We made it work. Um, yeah, but I was a grandma about it because they were just like, okay, now another neighbor was like, okay, everybody come on over for fireworks, and I was like, I think I'm gonna skulk back into to my house and hang out with my dog, but y'all have fun with the fireworks. And so that's what I did. I was just kind of like, I mean, it was like 9 something when I came home, and I was like, well, and then I just kind of relaxed for a bit. Was it 9? Maybe it was 10. Maybe it was 10. But yeah. Yeah, it was a good time. Oh, you're signed in now? Oh, you watched the ball drop on YouTube? Nice. yeah, I did not watch the ball drop. I just, like I said, I just made my wish at 11:11, and then I chit chatted a bit, and then I signed off. Yeah. Then I just relaxed for the rest of the night. Yeah, that's all. And then today, a friend of mine invited me to play board games. So, more board games. Already doing more board games this year. um, so, that was a nice way to ring it in. And then, I mean, and the people were really nice. I liked talking with them. And yeah, so hopefully, you know, hopefully get to do that a little bit more throughout the year. Yeah. But I'm super excited to get to do date night. I still want to do, that pretty regularly for Twitch. I'd like to, maybe this year too, I could see about expanding some activities on Twitch maybe. So we shall see. But yeah. But in the meantime, I'll go ahead and let me get the game started. Sounds very loud right now in my ear. Give me a second. I have a suspicion that that's very loud. No, it's okay. It's okay. That was just my my headset. Maybe? I don't know. Sounds very loud. All right. We're on chapter 4 of this one. Let me pull up my guide. Yukimaro. Chapter 4 of Yukimaro playthrough. All right. I think there's a couple of things I'll be excited about. I'll probably update my background a little bit. It's a bit busy. So I'll make something a little bit more optimum. We'll see. It's morning. I kept waking up throughout the night, and before I knew it, sunlight was filtering through the curtains. Wouldn't it be great if I really could decide things on my own like Yukimaro said? But Mom's sad expression. Toka said I'm misinterpreting it. What does that mean? Did I make a mistake? What should I do? I can't keep thinking about this. Lying in bed, my mind replayed yesterday's events over and over. Unable to relax, I decided to get up. It was my day off, so I went for a walk to clear my head. Let me know if y'all are hearing the sound okay. I don't know why it sounds a little crunchy in my ear. Like a little bit staticky. You hear it. Okay, thank you for confirming. Alright, went to clear my head. I breathed in the fresh morning air. This feels nice.
まったくじゃな。
Ooh, that's a really good
だ
point.
が
Surrounded by
目の下にクマができておるぞ。
Actually, now that you mention it, you are probably right. That makes a lot of sense to me. That my headphones are the problem. Cause like these headsets, they're cutesy ones, and they have gone out multiple times. So my friend used to work for a big box retailer that carried these headsets, and they got little cat ears on it. They're pink. It's very cute. So they got they got that for me, but they got the warranty that came with it, or not that came with it. You could pay extra for a warranty, but because they worked there, it was like super cheap to get the warranty, like maybe $5 to $10, and so that just covers if within the within the next like X years, if anything goes wrong, I just get another one. So that's what I did. Like they went out within like a year or so, and so I went and I got another replacement headset, and they were like, "Oh, do you want the, warranty again?" And I was able to get the discounted rate one, and I was like, "Yeah, let's do that." So just another $5 to $10 for another year or so. So this is like my third set. And then last time I was just like, no, I'm not going to re-up. If it's time for it to go, it means it's just poorly made. And it's time for it to go. So I won't mince words. It is a Razer, one of the Kraken Razer headsets. They're for looking. I'm sure maybe somebody else has a better experience than I'm having. But like I said, this is my third set. So, meh. Can't be that good. But yeah, I'll probably do some research and see what else I should get this year. All right, Yukimaru commenting about my dark under eye circles. Rude. Yukimaru suddenly appeared out of nowhere. I seriously wish he'd stop doing that. I gave him a harsh look, and his expression immediately turned somber. Yeah, you calling us ugly? It's like, ooh, I see you have that chic heroine look. No!
主様、昨夜は勝手をして申し訳なかった。だが、あのままでは。
It's okay. I get it. At first, I was shocked and more than a little upset. But I can't deny your words made me happy. Yukimaru helped me envision a new future. I could tell that he wanted me to enjoy my life. Hearing you talk about my life like that, it made me feel happy, truly. And I actually would love to follow a path like the one you described. I smiled, then quickly hid my face from view. But I'm worried about Mom. It seems like she's still chasing after my dad somehow. I want her to be able to move forward, and I was hoping my going into the medical field could inspire her to do that. Yukimaru gently lifted my chin up with his fan.
主様の思いやりは立派。だが、母上はそのようなことは望んでおらぬ。
Without knowing what else is going to happen, I think that's very sweet what he just said. Yeah, ooh, the perfect move before a kiss. I see. Either that or a bonk. Comedically, a bonk would happen, but no. I think what he said just now is very sweet. This idea of like, that's not what your mother needs from you. Like sometimes we have this like idea in our head that it's like, oh, I need to make a sacrifice. I need to, do this. And while it might placate or maybe make somebody feel better, that's not what they probably need in the long run, right? That's just kind of like a bandage for what really needs to be expressed. So I think that's very astute of him to say that. She looks so sad, though.
目に見えるものが全てではない。母上の言葉を覚えておるだろう。お主がお主自身で切り開けるよう願っていた。
Yeah, I heard her say that, but I doubt she really meant it.
相手を思うあまり考えすぎていけない。素直に捉えていいこともあるのだぞ。
Toga had said something similar. Would it really be okay? Can I really choose my own path? You really think I can choose my own path? Like my mom said? I looked up at Yukimaru, who smiled back at me.
当たり前じゃ。主様の人生なのだからな。
At last, my heart began to feel lighter. It had been weighed down all this time, but finally, I felt like I was starting to see a way forward.
まだ不安なことはあるが、我らがおるのだ。安心せ。
おい、我らってのはなんだよ。
I turned to face the voice behind me and found Koharu standing nearby. These guys seriously appear out of nowhere.
まさか俺を当てにしてねえだろうな。
何を言うておる。我らはチーム主様だと語り合ったではないか。
語り合ってねえ。勝手に話を作るな。
ふん、そんなこと言って主様のことを気にかけているくせに。
Don't put in, Koharu. We're having a moment. Read the room, Koharu.
そんなことあるわけねえだろうが。
それじゃあ優がたたってる相手に卵焼きなんて作ってやるかのう。
Koharu was speechless and turned to glare at me.
あくそ。おい犬、面倒な座敷わらしにさっさと消えてもらえ。命令だ。
What? That's not fair. Koharu seemed rather upset while Yukimaru took my hand as if to protect me.
主様が夢を見つけられるよう助力する。
Oh, that's very sweet. I'll take a moment to pause and tell a story. He did call us a dog, but he didn't specify female dog, so no. But anyways, I was thinking about there's a let's see, what is his title? So there's a husband and wife. They are the Gottmans. They have like this. They specialize in a lot of like relationship and communication building. Like they have like an institute. Like they have a lot of research behind it. I think they both have like psychology or like those kinds of backgrounds. I think. But anyways, they've been doing this for a long time. They've been doing it for decades, and there was somebody that like he was having like a seminar, and I was just talking about just going over his spiel, and someone was just kind of like I very skeptical, was just kind of like, I don't think I don't know like what you could say that would like really help me, and he's just like, I could probably simplify it pretty quickly, and within like he asked a couple of like questions, and then did he ask a couple of questions? I feel like he like very quickly was just kind of like, what is your wife's dream? And the guy could not answer. And he was just like, I think your world would change if you helped your wife follow her dream. And so the guy like was like convinced at that point, was just like, okay, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go home and ask my wife like what she wants, and I thought that was, so that's what I appreciate Yukimaru really encouraging that. It's just like, if I want to be very fulfilled in the relationship that I build, I need to make sure that my person, beyond like my own personal fulfillment, I need to make sure that my person is also like reaching their individual fulfillment too. So yeah, I thought it was cool. I'll have to find that clip. I thought it was really good. So yay, Yukimaru! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Just do it.
それこそが主様の座敷わらしとしてすべきこと。
Truthfully, I was grateful for his sentiment. But this whole thing made me feel like I was getting pulled in two opposite directions. That's my spirit guardian. That's my spirit guardian. That's my girl. That's my girl. That's my girl. And that's why you're my guardian spirit. I turned and smiled at Yukimaru. That's my man. His face lit up with joy upon seeing my smile. Oh.
それでこそ我が主様じゃ。
So cute. Oh, I'm in my street clothes too. Look how cute I am. Hey! I was both surprised and embarrassed by his sudden closeness. Too close, too close.
無理じゃ。嬉しくて感情が抑えきれないのだ。だって初めて認めてくれたのだぞ。この我が主様の座敷わらしであると。主様、必ずや幸せにしてみせるぞ。たとえ何年かかってでも。
I can't spend too much time thinking about this. Besides, you can't stick around here forever, you know.
主様が何と言おうとそうするのじゃ。
Wow, he's the same as ever, but thank you. I haven't felt this positive in a long time. Please keep watching over me.
なんと嬉しい言葉の嵐。
Yukimaro's face flourished with delight as his face came even closer to mine. Smooch time! That'll make me happy. I could almost feel his breath. As he got close, suddenly, Yukimaro was yanked away. Koharu stood there, visibly upset, holding Yukimaro by the collar.
てめえ、今何しようとした？
Keith! Way to be a kiss blocker! Way to be a kiss blocker, Koharu. Boo! Boo! Go back to your board! Koharu looked agitated, but Yukimaro puffed out his chest defiantly.
そんなの接吻に決まっておる。嬉しい気持ちが溢れて止まらなくなったのだ。
I don't understand this context. I've never seen... A kiss. Okay, a bus is a kiss. B-U-S-S is a kiss. The example, according to the dictionary, he bussed her on the cheek. I don't like that. I don't know about that. B-U-S-S. I mean, there's a lot of alternate kind of... That's too close to other words. It's a very archaic word. I see. Interesting. Well, now we know. A bus? You mean a kiss? What is he trying to pull here?
海外ドラマでよくあるだろう。感極まってキスをする場面が。
I want to hear that again, just the way he said that.
海外ドラマでよくあるだろう。感極まってキスをする場面が。
The kiss! That's pretty funny.
てめえは日本のあやかしだろうが。変なところ真似しようとするんじゃねえ。頭を冷やせ。
Kiss! Yeah. Guys, you remember we're outside, right? I look like a crazy person talking and laughing by myself. But Lolli, you are a crazy person laughing and talking to yourself. Boo! I realized how strange I must have appeared. I was grateful it was a weekend and there weren't that many people around. After my comment, they disappeared in a cloud of smoke. It's derived from the German word... Sir! Sir! Wait a minute. Is that... I know what that word is. Are we sure? Well... I'm guessing it's not pronounced bussy, but okay. And if it is, even worse. All right, moving on. The French word baiser. Got it. Moving on. Fun. Yeah, we're learning language. Yeah. Hmm. Oh. They then reappeared, transformed into humans.
これでよいな。さて、どこに行くのだ？
Let's go to the mall.
目的も知らずに化けたのかよ。
己も同じ行動をとっているのを忘れておらぬか？
Got him. Yukimaru got him.
どこ行くんだよ。
Just a casual stroll. I'm fine alone, really. Sure. I'm just kidding. I believe you. I believe you. I just find it a funny parallel. I felt guilty seeing them expend energy to transform, but I wanted to be honest. I'll be off then, okay? Bye. Peace. I turned and started walking away from them. I said I was fine alone, right? Yet when I turned around, Yukimaru and Koharu were trotting along behind me. I stopped and turned to face them. Why are you guys following me?
主様の行くところ、どこでもついていくと言ってあったではないか。これを言うのは3回目だぞ。
He's always so literal.
俺は散歩が好きだからってだけだ。気にするな。
Amid our conversation, a dog's bark drew near. It was Sayaka with her family dog, Tonodomaru. The two of them came running over.
おはよう。あなたが朝ここにいるなんて珍しい。
Good morning. Felt like taking a walk today. Hi there, Tonodomaru. I greeted Tonodomaru and he responded with lively barks.
殿田丸？どこじゃ？
Yukimaru looked around, surprised. Not the anime character. It's the name of Sayaka's dog.
なんと、ワンコの名前。大層な名をもらいよって。
Yukimaru observed Tonodomaru curiously.
小春さんですよね。昨日はどうも。
ああ、ここで会うとは奇遇だな。
Oh yeah, he hates her. It's like, oh, that annoying girl. Koharu chuckled nervously, taking a step back from Sayaka. I wonder what she's been asking the spirit board.
ねえ、またもやイケメンが増えてるんだけど。
Now I'm thinking about the scene in Ace Attorney where Von Karma claims his granddaughter has a dog called Phoenix. Oh, okay. Sayaka whispered to me. Oh, that's Yukimaru. He's a friend of Koharu's. Koharu glared, but I ignored him. I couldn't think of any other way to introduce him. Meanwhile, Yukimaru was...
お主は殿田丸を見たことあるか？あれはとても良いアニメなのだぞ。はっはっは。そうかそうか。まったく過方者め。
We shoved Koharu into her. Be our wingman! Be our wingman! Yukimaru seemed to be talking with Tonodomaru. He's a bit unique. Isn't that right, Koharu?
ああ、そうだな。日本一変わった男だ。
殿田丸と会話してくれて嬉しいよ。あ、そうだ。あなたに渡したいものがあったんだ。はい、これ。
Sayaka handed me something from her pocket. Is this a good luck charm?
つくも神社で買ったんだ。一緒に聖銀大学に受かるように神頼み。
Oh, that's right. I need to tell Sayaka my decision. She seems so excited, and I really didn't want to ruin her enthusiasm, but I have to tell her. Sayaka, I'm sorry. I've decided to think things over a bit more. How much money did it cost? How much money did that charm cost? I'm gonna guess 500 to 1,000 yen, depending on the size and the color.
どういうこと？
Sayaka's smile faded. I know I told you I wanted to go to Seigin, but I want to think about it more. I want to take some time and find the school and job that's right for me. I'm sorry for changing my mind. I know you were so excited yesterday. Sayaka's expression grew somber, but I knew telling her was the right thing to do, and once I started, it all kind of came out. I had a feeling that Sayaka would be upset, but I thought she'd get over it quickly.
こうなるって、なんとなくわかってた。
Sayaka spoke softly, looking down. Oh, Sayaka?
こうなるんじゃないかって思ってたんだ。だって昨日のあなたの様子おかしかったもん。無理してお母さんに合わせて決めたんでしょ。だからね、私あなたが進路を変えないようにあなたの気持ちを見ないふりしていた。目いっぱい喜んだり一緒に通うって強調して、そのお守りも。
But now that you're not going, I take back that charm and curse you! I curse you! Sayaka's shoulders shook as she struggled to get the words out. Oh. I reached out to her when she suddenly snapped her head back up to look at me.
あなたは勝手だよ。自分だけで決めようとしていて何も相談してくれないから。だから私は。
Oh. Sayaka picked up Tonodomaru and ran away from me. Her emotions were so raw, I couldn't bring myself to call her to come back. I haven't seen Sayaka look so upset since... It was our first year of junior high, when she didn't fit in with her classmates. She got so lost in her own head, she started skipping class. Nobody knew where she went. When I went out to look for her, I ended up finding her, but... It was then that I realized how fragile her emotions could be. And now, when I thought about my future...
何年か前、今みてえな顔で俺を呼び出したことがあったな。
When we were in junior high, about 4 years ago, right?
ああ。どうしたら友達から無視されないかってな。
Isn't there some kind of like patient privacy that Koharu should be adhering to? I guess it benefits us, but it seems kind of weird. Just be like, oh yeah, and she also asked how she could make sure to let you know gently that she hated your haircut. Yeah, that's true. Koharu ain't a doctor. They go by a different set of rules in the spirit world. Oh.
明確な答えがあるもんじゃねえから答えてやれなくてな。
Koharu gazed in the direction Sayaka had run off to. Anger flickered in his eye.
あの時、お前があいつに手を差し伸べたの。
You've been watching this whole time?
俺はそんなに暇じゃねえよ。
He's not licensed. This isn't malpractice. He's just being a blockhead, yeah. He spoke coldly, then gently ruffled my hair.
お前ならあいつの考えていることがわかるんじゃねえか。
I pondered deeply about it. My actions had driven Sayaka away. After all, to her Ooh, let me see, which one? I was her emotional support. I've always been Sayaka's emotional support. It's kind of like I have to be there for her. I was filled with mixed emotions as I spoke. Sayaka was a dear friend, so being there for her came naturally to me. Yukimaru, who had been silent until that point, suddenly spoke up.
先ほどの娘が言っていたことも一理あるのだ。
Yeah, Tatsu. Emotional support human. That's me.
主様は一人で抱え込むところがあるという点においてな。周りに心配をかけまいとしているのかもしれないが、それは違う。 主様が大切だからこそ話してほしいと思うものじゃ。力になりたいと思っている姉上、こうなのだと決めつけてしまっていた母上、寂しさを抱える友人と、まあ我が観察した程度ゆえ定かではないが。
雪丸の言う通りかもな。周りはお前が考えるよりもお前を思っている。
Realizing my mistake, I couldn't say anything. I hung my head in shame. Then I felt a kind hand cup my shoulder.
今気づけてよかったな。
With that, he began to walk away.
そろそろ帰るぞ。帰ったら卵焼き作ってやる。ほら、お前も行くぞ。殿田丸とかいうアニメ見るんだろ。
Hands off, lover boy. You need to go comfort my friend. She's gonna be calling you in a little bit.
そうであった。今日は土曜日だからスペシャルだと告知されておったのを忘れておった。
I stood there for a moment, watching the two of them chatter back and forth before running to catch up with them. Oh well, forget about Sayaka. That's tomorrow Lolli's problem. Koharu's right. I'm glad I realized this now. I'll patch things up with Sayaka, and we can figure things out together. I resolved not to bottle things up anymore and decided to move forward. Look at his little shoes! Despite watching Tonodamaru in the living room, I couldn't stop thinking about Master.
我が主様は愛しの主様じゃ。
I found myself murmuring those words. Honestly, this was the first time I'd been able to fulfill my role as a guardian spirit so well. Previously, people didn't take me seriously or they wished I would leave. That was terrible. This time, I was determined to succeed. I have to succeed. I'm committed to making her happy. As much as I wanted to do that as her guardian spirit, I felt like it might also be because it's Lolli. Yet, the Sayaka situation was somewhat concerning. It seemed that her career path moving forward was far from settled. Lost in thought, I suddenly gasped.
おっと、いけないいけない。今は目の前の殿田丸に集中せねば。
After returning home, I found that Mom and my sister had already left for work. I quickly washed my face and entered the living room. Yukimura was on the sofa, intently watching TV, with Toka right beside him.
これ、トーカ殿。そのように前で見られると見えぬではないか。
だって、雪丸さんの隣だとうるさいんですもん。
I smiled, amused by their interaction and by the fact that I was getting used to their presence. Oh, that smell. The aroma of miso soup wafted through the air. I followed the scent and found Koharu in the kitchen, finishing up breakfast.
あ？この皿に乗っているもんはなんだ？これも温めていいんだよな。
Thanks, Koharu. Please let me help. When I entered the kitchen, I saw that Koharu had nearly finished everything. On the table before me was an elaborate breakfast.
もう終わってるからさっさと座れ。冷めちまうぞ。
You can't believe you've grown accustomed to those faces. Yeah. I'm sorry for making you do all this.
お前のためじゃねえ。料理をするのが好きってだけだ。ほら、しっかり食え。
では、いただくとしようかの。
Itadakimasu! As if appearing out of nowhere, Yukimura was already at the table, ready to eat. He's so fast! I thought he was watching TV in the other room! But Koharu swiftly pulled the plate of tamagoyaki away from Yukimura.
お前のために作ったわけじゃねえ。
腹が減っては主様を幸福にできぬ。
甘ったれなこと言うな。幸福にしてから勝利の味を噛みしめろ。
I chuckled as I watched the sparks fly between them as I sat down to eat. Ooh, the sparks are flying. Are they gonna kiss? Is it gonna turn into that kind of game? Now, I highly doubt I can finish all of this on my own.
さすが主様だの。いただいたものはありがたく遠慮せずに腹に収めよう。
He's gonna put the yum yum in his tum tum. Bonk. Bonk, because you don't like tum tum?
たく、お前甘すぎるぞ。こいつにはもっと厳しくした方がいい。
Toka, drawn by the lively atmosphere, floated over to the table and squinted his eyes as he stared down at the table. Then he pointed his finger to one of the plates.
久しぶりに見たです。姉上の作ったもの。
Toka's words caught me off guard, and I nearly choked on my food. Oh, that was choking noise. I thought it was laughing
主様
noise.
ほれ水じゃ。あまり急いで食べるのは良くないぞ。
I misinterpreted it. That's a live reading. It's not that. I'm just surprised my sister cooked.
なるほど、それか。一品だけ色もだが形状もおかしいから出そうか迷ったんだが。
She did her best.
テーブルの上にメモがあってな。
Koharu brought over the note, and I realized it was a message from my sister.
我が愛しの妹へ、翼ちゃん特製のお料理だよ。これを食べれば心も体も幸せってもんよ。残さず食うんだぞ、翼。
At the bottom, there was an addition.
気持ちだけ受け取っておきなさい。
Aw, Mom. But Tsubasa asked me to eat all of it.
姉上なりにあなたのことが気になっているです。
He's right. It was no doubt my sister's way of trying to support me in my career struggles, and also in Mom's anxiety about me. But her cooking appeared down at what appeared to be some sort of omelet. My heart was warmed by her concern. I don't know if I have the courage to eat it.
小春さん、お料理が好きなら姉上の手料理は食べておいた方がいいです。この世のものとは思えない体験ができるですから。
Oh, Toka's trolling. No, you really shouldn't. It's...
見た目で決めつけちゃいけねえ。どれ。
Oh no, wait! He took a bite before I could stop him. Oh. Like that. Keep that. Koharu coughed, clearly wounded by the dish.
なんてこりゃ。
Koharu turned blue and fainted.
はあ、あやかしを混沌させるとは姉上はただものではないの。
Let people eat, let people die? Is that what you mean? Hey, this isn't funny. Koharu, can you hear me? Are you alright? Dibs on his stuff when he dies can ghosts die. Yeah, they can die 2.0. But that means you're stuck with fielding all of Sayaka's requests.
大丈夫ですよ。少ししたら元気になるです。
Sheesh, Toka. My sister's cooking may not be hazardous to a spirit's health, but it wouldn't be a pleasant dining experience. I sighed at Toka's insensitivity. After the chaos of the morning, I retreated to my room and browsed various colleges online. So many colleges, so many potential things to study, so many various certifications. My eyes were unfocused as I continued to scroll. My thoughts drifted to Sayaka. I tried calling her, but she didn't pick up, and the messages I sent received no reply. The way we left things yesterday made me anxious. Maybe I should try dropping by her place.
集中できておらぬと見えるぞ。
Yukimaro observed, his face peering into my field of vision. I can't stop thinking about Sayaka. I glanced over at the charm she had brought on my desk. As I went to pick it up, Yukimaro placed his hand over mine. His hand was large, making my heart flutter, but he seemed focused on the charm.
ふむ。迷いと少々の邪気を感じるの。これを送る際、さやか殿は不安定だったと見える。
Unstable. Sayaka's words echoed in my mind. That's why I pretended not to notice. I didn't want you to change your mind. That's why I acted so excited before. Why I pushed for us to go together. Why I bought you that charm. This charm was meant to keep me tied to our original plan.
物にも魂のようなものが宿るというが、これはまだそのような状態にない。主様がどのような心持ちで扱うかによって気も変わる。
In that case, I'll take good care of it. I wanted this charm to be a positive force. And just like that, an idea struck me. I know. I should get Sayaka a gift. I'll pick something out for her, and then I'll drop by her place. That's perfect. I'm going to head out.
天気が良いのだから気分転換もよしであるな。
An outing! We're going on an outing! Yukimaro encouraged me with a smile, and I quickly prepared to leave. As I left, I realized the house was empty. I realized I hadn't seen anybody for a long time. I realized I was a ghost. Waku waku! Everyone else must have plans today. In that case, I should head out too. We're gonna go to the mall today. I think we are gonna go to the mall. Yeah, to the mall. To the mall, to the mall, to the mall. While I wandered around the shopping mall looking for something to give Sayaka. Oh, Yukimaro. I wasn't expecting to run into him here.
おお、主様もここに用事があったのか。奇遇じゃな。
What brings you to the mall, Yukimaro? I couldn't help but be curious about what a spirit would be doing at the mall.
映画館に行くところでな、見たいものがあるのだ。
A movie? I blurted the words out loud, then quickly covered my mouth. Everyone here is gonna think I'm crazy. I quickly glanced around, relieved that nobody else seemed to notice my outburst.
おお、そうじゃったな。ちょっと待っておれ。
Yukimaro transformed, immediately blending in with the rest of the crowd. Thanks for that.
主様のためなのだ。まあ、映画を見るときは元に戻るがの。
He's gonna scam the movie company. Guess he plans to get in for free. I suppose it makes sense that he likes going to the movies. He's crazy for a TV. What movie are you planning to see? Yukimaro smiled broadly as he answered.
決まっておろう。殿田丸の映画じゃ。
That makes sense. I didn't even know there was a new Tonodamu movie out. It seemed that Yukimaro was turning me into a very knowledgeable Tonodamaru fan with each passing day.
だが、上映時間までまだ時間があっての。主様、暇つぶしに付き合ってくれんか？
Sure, I'd love the company, as long as you don't mind shopping for a gift for Sayaka.
それこそ喜んでなのじゃ。
The two of us began walking through the mall's various shops. Oh yeah, there was something I wanted to ask him. Who do you love? Do you love me? Check yes or no. I wanted to ask, do spirits ever fall in love? Do you guys ever date each other?
ほう、興味がおありか、主様。
Check yes or affirmative. Oops, I think I got his hopes up.
あやかしも人間同様、恋愛はするのだぞ。 我も恋多き男として名を馳せたものだ。ははは。
Say that differently. Oh, I didn't expect that of you. You never struck me as the romantic type.
なんとこのイケメンあやかしを捕まえておいてそんなことを言うとは。
I'm the one captured here.
主様もそのうちこの我の魅力に気づいて胸がドキュンなのだぞ。
And then he's gonna give me a kiss! I didn't mean that. What's he talking about? I don't know whether my heart would be putty in your hands, but I do know your charm. You're a very kind and warm-hearted spirit.
あう主様の方が魅力は上か。
Why is he being that way? Excuse me?
ふう、これは主様にしてやられるのもそう遠くないかもしれんの。もし我が主様を好きになったらその時はもうアタックを決めるゆえよろしく頼むぞ。
If you didn't like the intensity I have now, just wait till I dial it up. Yukimaru patted my head. What was that? My heart suddenly skipped a beat. Yukimaru is dangerous. Murderous. Murder. After I purchased a gift for Sayaka, I went to her place to visit her, but she wasn't home. Unable to get a hold of her, my fears began to fester inside of me. It's just like last time. I thought back to the time that Sayaka started skipping school. Last time I had looked everywhere for her but was unable to find her. A wave of unease rushed over me and Toka immediately appeared.
人探しなら僕もお手伝いできるです。あのあやかしたちにも声をかけておくです。
We'll pull out a spirit APB. I realized he must have been watching me from somewhere, but I was too relieved to care. Are you sure?
僕はもちろんですが、あのあやかしたちなら2つ返事で動くです。
Call the spirit police.
ずっと一緒にいたあなたならわかるはずです。
Toka was right. Knowing them, the two would agree to help right away. Still, I don't want to take advantage of them. Despite my reservations, I decided to accept their help and expressed my gratitude. Thank you, Toka. Please help me find her.
やったやった
Cute. Did he say alrighty? Alrighty then. I watched as Toka started jumping up and down with joy.
ごめんなさい。今のは違うです。とりあえず急いでみんなに声かけてくるです。
Then, in a flash, Toka quickly flew off. Why did he seem so excited? After I searched several places I thought Sayaka might be, I ended up at a shop near the station. Suddenly, Koharu appeared, panting.
おい、いたぞ。学校だ。
Really? Thanks, Koharu. Seeing how exhausted he was, I realized just how hard they'd been searching. Filled with gratitude, I rushed toward the school. She's making a pact with Mirror Boy. Together, Koharu and I ran to the school to find Toka and Yukimaru waiting for us at the school gate. I dashed into school, only then realizing I wasn't in my uniform. I can't worry about that right now. If I bump into a teacher, I'll just say I forgot something. Yukimaru said she was in the library, so I dashed there as quickly as I could. Then, I found her. A wave of relief washed over me. She hadn't heard me come in and was standing by a nearby desk. I felt uneasy but called out to her anyway. Sayaka? Sayaka leapt up in surprise. Oh, she's trying to curse us. she's doing all her research to to make us brainwash us. I approached her and saw her scramble to gather papers that were scattered all over the desk. What was she doing? She looked pale as she tightly gripped the torn pieces of paper.
どうしてここに来たの？
I was looking everywhere for you, Sayaka. What are you doing here? Sayaka looked down, silent. She's acting strange. She seemed scared, and I slowly approached her to give her the gift I'd just bought her. It was a charm, much like the one she'd given me from Tsukumo Shrine. I got this for you, Sayaka. It's like the one you gave me. I want both our futures to be bright, and so I thought it would be good for us to have matching ones. I wasn't sure if I'd gotten through to her. She didn't respond to me. She just stared at the charm. Why won't she say anything? Thinking I'd made a mistake somewhere, my heart started to race. But I knew I couldn't back down. There were still things I needed to say, things I couldn't keep bottled up anymore. You see, I still haven't figured out what I want to do with my life, but I hope it's something we can talk about together. And I'd like it if you could help me figure out a future that suits me. Is that okay? As I spoke, Sayaka's eyes began to fill with tears. When I saw her tears, my anxiety grew.
ありがとう。でも、私、これを受け取る資格、ないよ。
What? Why would you say that? Sayaka took the torn up pieces of paper in her hands and spread them out across the desk. Lining up the pieces of paper, they spelled out a message. Die, Lolli! No. Don't separate me from Lolli.
願いを叶えるおまじない。あなたと離れたくなくて。
Sayaka?
やっている最中に感じたのは、自分の弱さ。新しい環境で、ちゃんとやっていけるか不安で、あなたに執着していたの。バカだよね。終わる頃には、何やってるんだろうって、後悔したし、自分が怖くなった。自分勝手な理由で、友達を振り回して。
One second, one second. It's okay. I don't know what you're barking about. Relax. Good girl. Yeah, Mochi borkin in the background. As Sayaka opened up, her face started to crumple.
このおまじない、すごくよく効くってネットに載っていてね。だから、どうしよう。私、とんでもないことしちゃったかもしれない。
With that, Sayaka burst into tears. Not knowing what to do, I merely stood there, watching, until I felt Koharu's warm hand on my shoulder.
そいつは何の効力もない。だから大丈夫だ。
Huh?
小春の言うように人間が考えた気休めじゃ。
Seriously? Despite Sayaka's conviction, I never put much faith into those online curses. Besides, if the spirits are saying it doesn't work, then there really must be nothing to it. Hey, Sayaka? This charm you cast? How should I tell her? Even if I tell her it's fine, I can't really explain to her how I know it will be fine. As I tried to come up with the right words, Tolka floated over to the table and pointed towards it.
そのおまじないってこれですよね。ここに書かれている手順と違うような。
Get her to send a chain letter to Koharu through the board? Yeah. His finger pointed towards Sayaka's phone, which displayed the ritual's instructions. I picked up her phone and looked over the instructions myself. So let's see. I finished reading the contents and asked Sayaka a question about them. Sayaka, can I ask, why did you rip the paper?
願いを書いた紙を破いておしまいって書いてあったから。
It doesn't say to rip it. It says to wipe it. Right here. It says to gently wipe it on the screen, and it's done. I showed Sayaka her phone and she froze.
軽く破くのかと思ってた。
That doesn't even make sense. How do you lightly rip something? I couldn't help but laugh, and Sayaka started to blush.
だって考え事しながらだったから全然疑問に思わなかったっていうか。
Sayaka, for someone who likes the occult so much, how could you get this wrong? Baka, 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 baka. And then she turns it to murderous intent. She's like, I'll get the next spell right. Not to mention, you always get the details of our school ghost stories wrong too.
そんなに笑わないでよ。
Seeing us banter back and forth made me happy, but Sayaka still seemed somewhat awkward. Eventually her face fell again, and I held out the charm for her. Here you go, Sayaka. You'll take it this time, right? She seemed to hesitate, but after staring at the charm for some time, she accepted it, tearing up as she did so. Hey, where'd my knife go? I discovered a new content, or I'm sure this content creator has been around for a while. They're new to me, but it's a guy who crochets stuff. It's called brochet, and it's actually really funny because here's this scythe that I crocheted. Let's see if it works, and he has like funny skits around it and stuff like that. And it was like, here's this like butterfly knife I crocheted, and so he does a lot of like weapons and stuff like that. It's pretty funny. I like it.
ありがとう。
It's okay. Now stop crying, okay?
私強くなれるようにするから。だから友達でいてほしい。
One second, I'm making a note. You don't know about crochet, but you can cross stitch? Nice, nice. Yeah, I don't know a lot of the crochet, knitting, cross stitch. I haven't really tried most of those, but that's cool that you know that. Yeah, and I'm going to try and rely on you more, Sayaka. Nothing good comes from keeping all this stuff bottled up. I took a moment to glance over at the spirits who were watching the whole thing unfold. You took a knitting class once, but never kept up with it afterwards. Yeah. They all smiled. Sayaka wiped her tears and took a deep breath to collect herself.
でも本当におまじないが成功しなくてよかった。
Oh, so... Okay, you actually just moved your knitting materials early today when you were setting up for the stream. Nice, nice. So I think I mentioned that my next door neighbor, their older kid, real sweet kid. He's maybe, like I said, I don't know his age exactly. I would put him between like 10 and 12, maybe. Could skew a little bit younger. Could be 9 to 12, somewhere in there. Anyways, they when they were welcoming me to the neighborhood, he had like kind of knit or crocheted a little pot holder or coaster. It was very sweet. Yeah. No, that's the younger one. The younger one plays with Mochi. The older one is the one who like crocheted the little gift. Anyways, he's very sweet. And they're both very sweet. But they told me a story recently because he just started. Was it jujitsu? I think he just started jujitsu. Like he told me, or he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna take a jujitsu class," and I was like, "Oh, I'm so excited for you. I hope you have a lot of fun." Yeah, he was like, "Yeah, me too." And then the next time I saw him, I was like, "Hey, how was your class?" He was like, "It was awesome. I liked it." So, anyways, really, really good. So I guess that was like maybe last month or maybe last month or something that he started it. Anyways, his mom told me a story about he was getting bullied at school, and because I think he's like, it's kind of a newer school, and so he didn't know everybody, and so, anyways, somebody came up and was like bullying him, like to the point where they were like, they grabbed him by like the collar of his like shirt, like, and they were like up in his face, right? And he's just like, hey, like, you need to let me go, you know, like you need to let go right now, like this is not okay, and really stood up for himself and was very, you know, awesome. And this kid was like not relenting, and so he used what he learned in a short amount of time, and like he didn't like straight up like lay that kid out, but he did a takedown, you know. You took a jiu-jitsu class around the same time frame as the knitting class? Oh, nice. Anyways, I mean, he basically did, it wasn't even like a straight up like throw or anything like that, but enough to like get that kid's hands off of him, and that kid was on the ground, right? And not in a forceful, mean, like, or like the kid was not injured, like it's not like he's just like suplex or nothing like that, but it was just kind of like, I'll be throwing you to the ground now. And yeah, that was, it ended up like one, that kid has not messed with him ever since, but apparently word spread across the land, and there was another kid that's like a very big known bully, and he came up to him and he's just like, hey, you know, and so he was like kind of bracing himself, but like that guy was just kind of like, hey, like, you know, he was like, I'm sorry that happened to you, and like this guy's like trying to, like, the other school bully is like wants to be friends. yeah, and so I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, Carrie, hi. Carrie, thank you for the resub. I appreciate it. I saw that. But yes. Appreciate the lurk. Thank you. But yeah, it was a nice story in that, you know, sometimes people just, that's how you get their attention. And I know it's not like, you know, like, I know sometimes people are like, oh, you could talk it out. I gotta say, there are some things that, you know, you have to show them, you know, but that's, I'm not a parent or a teacher. Maybe that's not the right answer. Green Yoshi, Happy New Year! Ah! Thank you for the resub. I appreciate it. Bow, 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 bow. Yeah, the moral of the story is that violence is the answer. Asterisk. Sometimes it be. He was defending himself, so. But yeah, hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good start to the new year. We are, just placating. Our friend Sayaka tried to curse us. No, she, not curse us, but she was like, she tried to cast a spell that like we wouldn't be separated, but she did it wrong, so it's fine. Yeah. Alien dance. Yay, doing good. I'm glad to hear it. I had a good start. I played some games, ate some food. I am well. I hope you are well too. When you're dealing with someone who refuses to speak in any language other than violence, your only course of action is to be more fluent in it than them. Yeah, so like I said, I mean, and that's such a sweet kid, so I'm glad that it sounds like it did resolve in the best way that it could, right? Like now the other kid is not picking on him anymore. He has gained notoriety or respect. So good. I'm glad he didn't get in trouble for it, because like that's not cool. It'd be fine even if you didn't. I don't believe in this stuff anyway.
あなたらしい。
With Sayaka smiling again, I finally felt at ease. I'm so glad. Even though I don't believe in spells, after everything that's happened, I might start paying closer attention to Sayaka's stories. Besides, I now had first-hand knowledge that gods and spirits exist. Sayaka suggested that we both go straight to the faculty room afterwards. Despite it being a day off, our teacher was there. We had something we wanted to tell him.
休日だからといって私服で来るのはあまり良くないぞ。
Sorry, I was in a rush and forgot to change.
先生、お願いがあるんです。私たちが提出していた進路希望調査票を返してもらえたらありがたいんですけど。
Sayaka seemed unable to contain her eagerness and blurted everything out. As she did, our teacher's eyes widened in surprise. He then let out a large laugh and look of relief across his face.
そう来るかと思って。ほら。
He handed us each a blank career path survey.
古い方はこっちで処理しておくから大丈夫だ。
Seems like the spirits aren't the only ones keeping a close eye on me. I'm sorry for the trouble, and thank you so much.
一式は意外じゃないが、飛騨はどうしたんだ。
Sayaka glanced at me, then turned to face our teacher.
自分の希望じゃないって気づいたんです。だから行きたい学校を真剣に考えたいなって。
As she spoke, her eyes betrayed no sign of weakness or anxiety, but instead hope. I'm so glad. I thought of going home with Sayaka, but she wanted to look over some school pamphlets, so we parted ways at school. I wanted to talk with her about my future, but more than anything, after everything that had happened, I just wanted to walk home with her. Tinged with a feeling of loneliness, I began to walk home alone. Yukimaro and the others didn't come into the faculty room with us. I wonder where they went. They're fighting the yandere in the mirror, Hibiki. He's like, come play with me. I thought maybe they'd gone back home as I passed through the school gate. There I found the three of them waiting for me.
主様、腹が減ったし早く家に帰るぞ。
お前は食うことしか考えてねえのかよ。
They just break the mirror, yeah.
早かしのくせして規則正しく3食きっちり食べるなんてゆきまろさんおかしいです。
Hearing their usual banter, I laughed and ran towards them. Everyone. I bowed deeply to the three of them. Thank you so much for today. I looked up, seeing the faces I'd grown to love staring back at me.
礼には及ばぬ。主様の笑顔のためとあらば、たとえ空腹だろうが殿だまるだろうが、全速力で駆けつけるぞ。
お前が笑ってられるならそれでいい。
その笑顔が見られるのならどんなことでもするです。
Hearing the three of them tell me how much they cared about me made me feel warm. And I realized I truly loved them. Ow. Ow. So nice. Wow, he loves us more than Tonodamaru. That's a big deal. So much had happened. By the time I returned to my room, I was exhausted. I'm so glad I have tomorrow off too. I seriously need to think about my career path. Me too. I'm so excited that today's only Thursday. And then tomorrow's Friday, which I have off. And then Saturday, Sunday. Yay! I'm so glad. So glad. Seriously. Ay, ay, ay. Despite feeling tired, I felt as though an emotional weight had been lifted. I decided to take action and open my computer. I'm so glad I spoke with Sayaka. If I hadn't gone looking for her and talked to her, it was dreadful to even think about what could have happened. Sayaka would have felt so guilty. I knew that spell wouldn't work on me, but Sayaka sure does believe in them. Curious, I opened my browser and searched for the word spell. 1,000,000 results came up. None of them filtered to exactly what I needed because I picked the most vague search term. Oh, wow, there's so many. Duh. Next, I typed the word the. Surprised by the sheer number of results, I opened site after site. What is wrong with our character? That's not how you internet. What am I doing? I don't have time for this. I need to be thinking about my future. Google search. Revenge. Exactly. I took a deep breath, trying to refocus. All right. Does this game take place in a specific year? I don't know that they have expressed a year. I think it's made to be any time. Anytime present. Just as I was about to start researching, I felt someone tap my shoulder. I turned around and saw Yukimoto.
まったく主様は一人で頑張ろうとするでないぞ。
Sorry, but when it comes to my future, I really do think this is something I have to decide for myself.
まあそれはそうだが、我が手伝えることだってあるのだ。してめぼしいものはあったのか？
I was just going to do some research online.
そのようなものを見ているだけでは、主様のお眼鏡にかなう夢は見つからぬ。
With that, Yukimoto closed my laptop. So, how do you suggest I find what I want to do, Yukimoto? I thought he might have a plan. So I glanced up, hopefully at him.
明日も休みなのだろう？それなら我と出かけよう。題名は夢を探して。
His eyes sparkled with childlike hope and excitement. I couldn't help but laugh. This all seems very Yukimoto. Whenever it came to me, he always went above and beyond. He's such a lively and dependable spirit. I feel like as long as I'm with you, I'll find something. I smiled, and Yukimoto's expression brightened even further.
そうだろうそうだろう。今すぐでも良いのだぞ。
It's the middle of the night. Let's start tomorrow.
それじゃあ朝6時に出発じゃ。
We march at dawn. That's too early.
ふむ。では殿田丸を見てからにするか。
But how good of a kisser is he? How is his bus? How good is his bus? This kind of back and forth was beginning to feel regular to me. The bright atmosphere he created always filled me with a sense of peace. He was the reason I was able to stay so positive. Yukimoto. I looked at him seriously and bowed. Thank you so much. I'm truly lucky to have you in my life. Yukimoto's face erupted bright red and he began to fidget nervously.
それは我にとって最上級の褒め言葉と分かって言うておるのか？
Oh, is that so? I guess it is, huh? I didn't realize.
心がこもっておらぬ。
No, poor Yukimoto. He seemed shocked by my reaction and collapsed like liquid onto the floor. I'm so sorry. That's not the case at all. If If anything, I had to say them because I meant it.
本当か？我をもてあそんでおるのではなくて？
Toying with you? Never. Please trust me. Yukimaru quickly recovered, flashing me a grand smile as he stood up. He stepped forward and took both of my hands in his. His sudden approach and the way he held my hands in his made my heart skip a beat. Skip a bit. Skip a bit.
主様の言葉、嬉しく思うぞ。しかと心に焼き付けた。
Does that mean you're happy?
嬉しいに決まっておる。我をそのように言ったのは、お主で二人目だ。
Second? Well, he is a guardian spirit. I guess it makes sense that someone else has said that to him.
主様は我との出会いを幸運というが、それはこちらも同じ。我も主様に出会えて幸運じゃ。このような気持ちになるのは久方ぶり。ありがとう。
Oh, sure. Him calling me by my name made my heart race even faster. He always calls me master, but hearing him say my name, it feels so different.
しかし、なんとも不思議な人よのう。我の心を翻弄してくるとは。幸福を与えてやりたいと思う一方で、離れがたくなってしまう。
Oh. That's when I remembered something I'd long since forgotten. That's right. Eventually, I'll have to say goodbye to him. I felt a chill run through my heart. I gripped Yukimaru's hands even tighter.
主様、そのように手をキュッとされると、ときめいてしまうではないか。
His words made me gasp, and I immediately let go. Oh, that was just,
よいよい。すべてわかっておる。
He nodded, and my heart pounded even more. Do you really know?
手に取るようにわかる。主様も我にときめいてくれたのであろう。
That's not true at all. I spoke seriously. Yukimaru looked as if he had been struck by lightning before comically falling to the floor again.
ひどいのだ。我をときめかせておいてもてあそぶとは。
Could you not yell that? People might get the wrong idea. Gosh, Yukimaru. But he wasn't wrong. I reacted that way because he said that my heart had fluttered, and I only hoped he couldn't hear its rapid beating. Ah, very nice. Well, y'all, we started earlier. That means we can keep going. But before we do that, give me a minute to refill my drink, and then that gives me a chance to stretch my legs a teeny tiny bit, okay? Just a quick. I'll BRB. I'm back. I'm back with a snack. Target had these like holiday trail mixes that are pretty dang good. It's got graham bites, little graham cracker bites, chocolate and peanut flavored, so Muddy Buddies, or puppy chow, I think it's called too. Let's see, confectionery covered cereal pieces, M&Ms, and peanut butter cups. Birdies. Birdies? I've never heard it. Oh, the birdies in the background. Yes. Now you want walnuts? The next day, I haven't had a good night's sleep in ages. Today, I was supposed to research my career path, but I wonder where we'd end up going. I kept thinking about it as I got ready. Once done, I headed down to the living room. Once there, I saw that Koharu was in the kitchen preparing breakfast. I'm sorry, let me help.
いや、いい。もう終わるからな。だから座って待ってろ。
Feeling guilty, I did as I was told and sat down. I glanced over to see Yukimoto and Toka, both engrossed in watching Tonodamaru on TV. Koharu brought breakfast over to the table, and a delicious scent wafted through the living room.
今日も進路先を探すんだろ。家で調べたりするのか？
Pardon me, just had to get a sip. No, I made plans to go out with Yukimoto. He said something about our mission being to find my dream or something.
なんだそりゃ。あいつに任せて大丈夫なのか？
なんでそりゃ。
なんだそりゃ。あいつに任せて大丈夫なのか？
What the hell? I'd like to think he has a plan. But honestly, I couldn't tell at this point. I felt like things would work out in the end as long as I was with Yukimoto. For some odd reason, I always feel hopeful when talking to Yukimoto about my career path. I'm not sure why though.
ま、言いたいことはわかる。
Koharu glanced at Yukimoto, who was still watching Tonodamaru. His gaze seemed filled with warmth, and that sparked something in me. Thinking back on it, you and Yukimoto were friends before all this, right? How long have you known him? Koharu's face seemed to twitch. His expression quickly turned to one of annoyance.
友達じゃねえ。腐れ縁だ。
Oh, really? Koharu didn't seem to like my assumption, but I didn't get the impression that he hated him. I still think those two get along at the end of the day. Koharu seemed to notice my gaze before shaking his head.
遠い昔、あいつに会ってな。でっけえ木の上で鼻歌を歌ってるのがいたんだ。
Was
Ah.
it Yukimoto?
耳障りだったから、うるせえぞ、下手くそって言ってやってな。
just yells at a guy sitting on a tree. You suck! Boo! Shut up! Fucking rude. Koharu.
その後、あいつが俺に言った言葉を今でもしっかり覚えてる。あいつはこう俺に返してきたんだ。ムー、神の歌声であるぞ。下手くそと言うなら、お主が歌ってみせろ。ああ、やはり遠慮する。顔からして下手そうじゃ。耳が持っていかれかねん。
僕を呼んだですか？呼んでくれたですか？
Oh shoot, yes, I was muted this whole time. I'm so sorry. Ah, darn. Thank you for letting me know. I must have accidentally pressed the button. Shoot. Well, some funny dialogue happened. I'm back. I have been back for a bit. Oh, I can't believe it. My bad, my bad. Well, I was able to talk about... Oh, here's what happened. I bit on some trail mix. I'm eating some of this trail mix, so I'm muted in between. Alright. But basically, I was just laughing at the interaction. So, missed it. Toka, who had been watching Tonadamaru, came gliding over. Oh no, I didn't mean you, Toka. I quickly waved him off, and Toka seemed rather shocked.
僕以外の神を呼んだなんて。
I wasn't really calling for a god. Toka seemed so distraught he was unable to hear me. His shoulders slumped as he floated out of the room. I feel bad now. But it didn't stop me from turning back to Koharu. What you just said. Are you telling me Yukimaru is a god?
なんだ、あいつから聞いてなかったのか。仲いいもんだから知ってると思ってたぜ。
This is the first time I'm hearing this. Is Yukimaru still a god? Because Yukimaru had always claimed he was guardian spirit in training. I assumed he was born as a spirit. It was a simple question, but Koharu looked unexpectedly uncomfortable.
続きは本人から聞くんだな。
Koharu quickly ended the conversation and headed back to the kitchen. I had no idea Yukimaru was a god. Come to think of it, he seemed different from the guardian spirits I'd heard stories about. His kimono was lavish, which made it all seem the more believable. But he's currently a guardian spirit in training, right? Did Yukimaru quit being a god? Is that even possible? He's on a R.I.P, performance improvement plan. I had so many questions, but Koharu simply sighed, shook his head, and handed me a bowl of rice.
お前になら話してくれるんじゃねえか。なんたって雪丸のお気に入りなんだからよ。
Favorite? Yeah, his favorite of his many love affairs that he was bragging about earlier. Koharu knew Yukimaru for a long time and had just called me Yukimaru's favorite. That kind of makes me happy. I couldn't stop a smile from forming and quickly tried to cover it with my hand.
主様。
Just as I was thinking of him, he had leapt up from behind. He hugged me and I screamed.
なんじゃ、まだ食べ終わってなかったのか。そろそろ行こうかと思ったのだが。
Guess Tonadamaru's over. I managed to peel Yukimaru, who had wrapped his arms around me, off of me. I'm pretty sure this is a bad day for my heart. Please stop doing that. I spoke as calmly as I could, and Yukimaru pouted in response.
まあ、良いではないか。主様と我の仲なのだぞ。
お前な、あやかしと人間といえど男女ではあるんだぞ。お前がそういう風に考えていないのはわかるが、こいつは年頃の女なんだから、もっと配慮しろ。
I'm becoming a woman.
我だってお年頃だもん。
Coming of age? What do they mean? I wanted to ask the question, but Yukimaru was hurrying me to finish getting ready, so I rushed to finish my breakfast. Coming of age means that you will be at a childbearing age. After I finished eating, I hurried to clean up and got ready to head out. I'm heading out.
小春、留守を頼むぞ。
ちょっと待て。雪丸、そのままで行くつもりか？こいつの隣を歩くんなら人間に化けろ。
お、そうじゃったそうじゃった。
Whoa. Whoa, me? Whoa, me? Woe is me? Yukimaru clapped his hand and immediately transformed into his human form. We'll be on our way then.
ああ、雪丸をしっかりこき使ってこい。
I flashed Koharu a wry smile and left the house with Yukimaru. He needs to marry me. He needs to pay a massive dowry. I guess I'm the one that's supposed to have a dowry? I don't know. The sky was clear and the air was crisp. Yukimaru stretched out his arms as though feeling liberated.
良い天気で気持ちいいの。空が綺麗じゃ。はて、どうして空は青いのだろうな。
He pays a bride price. Huh? Where did that come from? This sudden shift caught me off guard.
の主様、知っておるか？
Something to do with the dust found in the atmosphere and sunlight? Ah, yes, the bride's family pays a dowry. Yes, yes, yes.
これは違うな。
What was that?
いやいや、こちらのことだ。では、出発！
But I was still explaining. I had no idea what was wrong. I was no expert in science, but I knew the basics. Puzzled, I watched as Yukimaru kept walking, then trotted after him. I heard a familiar voice from behind and turned to find Sayaka standing there in her uniform. You're in your uniform. Are you headed to school?
大学の資料を見にね。
After the incident yesterday, I was glad to see she'd found her way. She looked very happy.
そちらは雪丸さんでしたよね。
殿田丸の家族のさやか殿であったな。おはよう、良い天気じゃな。
おはようございます。朝から元気ですね。これから二人でお出かけですか？
進路のことでな。
Oh, I thought I could have Yukimaru help guide me through all of this. I hope we can both find our own path.
実はね、行きたい大学は絞ってあって。
What? Already? We only just got our new career path surveys yesterday.
興味があるところは前から見つけていてさ。って言っても、たまたまなんだけどね。
Sayaka took her phone out of her pocket and showed it to me. The screen flashed with the website of college occult club.
オカルト関連で調べ物していた時に見つけたんだけど、このサイトよくできていてさ、私もこういう風に研究してみたいなって憧れていたんだよね。
Oh, so is this the college you're going to pick?
サークルが目的で入学なんて馬鹿げてると思うけど、私が好きで学びたいものってこれしかないんだよね。
I knew better than anyone else just how much Sayaka loved the occult. It wasn't a bad idea for her to study it in college. It was very her. I actually think that suits you, Sayaka. It might be hard to convince your parents about it, though.
それはどうしようって思ってる。まあ、なんとかなるでしょ。
Sayaka's smile betrayed not even a hint of doubt. I feel like she'll figure it all out. I'm sure you will, Sayaka. And I'm here to support you. I can't wait. Sayaka gave me a dry smile.
私も楽しみではあるんだけど、一人ぼっちの大学生活を想像するとね、まだすごく怖い。でも私には必要なことだし、いつかは通る道だから頑張る。
Sayaka. Seeing her determination, I felt as though I was going to cry.
ねえ、 昨日は本当にごめんね。私さ、あなたを聖銀大学に引っ張っていかないとって必死になっていて。でも心はモヤモヤしていて、あのおまじないでやっと気づけた。こんなことまでして私は何をやってるんだろうって。昨日あなたが来てくれて、お守りまで用意してくれて、それで目を覚ますことができた。あなたのおかげだよ。本当にありがとう。
Sayaka had been apologizing nonstop since yesterday. It was nice to finally see her smile as she thanked me for the charm. I just wanted to see her smile. She was so kind, so bright, and so positive. That was the Sayaka I knew. You're welcome. I hope you can attend the college you truly want to go to.
私もあなたを応援する。あ、そういえばあなたの方はどうなの？
I still haven't decided. Oh, maybe I can ask Sayaka for advice. Let's see. What to do? I'm still looking. Not yet. I'm still trying to figure out what's right for me, but I'm sure I'll find something. I looked up at Yukimaru. He seemed a bit surprised at first, but then smiled.
必ず見つかる。いや、見つけてみせよう。主様には我がついておるのだからな。
As he spoke, Yukimaru proudly puffed out his chest.
主様？
Sayaka looked a bit put off by that. Oh no! Oh, he's just been watching too much Tonodamaru. It's rubbing off on him. You know, like the character in Tonodamaru? He calls everyone master? Yukimaru loves that show. We're not into kinky play, don't worry. I'm not his dom, don't worry. It was a stretch, but to my surprise, Sayaka bought it.
ああ、そういえば家臣のキャラにいたっけ？ゆきまろさん、トノダマルが好きなんですね。私も小さい頃から大好きで、だからうちのワンコの名前も。
ああ、それは本人から聞いておる。さやか殿が母上に殿だまるじゃないと嫌だと言ったのであろう。
Oh no, she's too stunned to speak. Oh, we actually have to get going. I'll see you at school, okay? Sayaka just stood there looking confused. I pulled Yukimaru's arm and rushed us away from her. Yo, bro! Yo, bro! You're gonna blow our cover! I pulled him along as we ran. If we've made it this far, we should be okay. I stopped to catch my breath and then glared at Yukimaru. Seriously? Could you not act so weird? What do you mean he told you?
そのままである。殿だまるに昨日聞いたまで。我は動物の言葉がわかるのでな。
You really do have incredible powers. Actually, it did seem like they were having a conversation yesterday. I figured he was just joking around, but he actually talked to him.
まあ特殊かもしれん。他のあやかしにはできまいて。
Other spirits can't do it. Then made him seem even more divine. He can read auras too. That doesn't seem like a normal skill either.
しかし主様は走るのが遅いの。運動は違うか。
Oh, rude. Rude. Don't quit your day job, ma'am. Hearing him say that made me wonder something. Before, when I was talking about the sky, you said that wasn't right. Why?
主様が好きなものを気で探っておるのだ。母上に言うたであろう。
Oh.
若いうちは興味のある分野の学問を学び、 友との青春を楽しみ、いろいろな経験を積むのがいい。
What I'm interested in? He was trying to find my potential. That's why he was reading my aura in various situations. Guess I should have figured he was doing something like that.
主様もそういう未来を願ったと言うておったではないか。だから学ぶ分野を探すための今日なのだ。
You're right. Yukimaru always thinks about me first. More than that, he remembered what I told my mother. Yukimaru seemed to remember everything.
大学をいくら調べ、いくら資料を見ても学ぶ分野しか書かれていないのなら、今の主様には無意味。主様に必要なのはさまざまなものに触れ、疑問や興味を抱くこと。もっと学びたいという意欲が見つかるように。
I was at a loss for words. Yukimaru is absolutely right. All this time, I've done research on college majors and course contents. I never even considered whether they were subjects or activities I actually wanted to pursue. Yukimaru seems to understand what I really need. Honestly, the fact that Koharu called Yukimaru a god doesn't feel the least bit surprising anymore. Yukimaru, you're like a god. The word almost slipped out, but I stopped myself. I need to focus on myself right now. After all, Yukimaru's been putting me first and helping me figure out my career path.
主様、大丈夫かの？
Yes, I'm fine. Let's get going.
そうじゃな。
As we set out, Yukimaru naturally took my hand.
いざ主様の自分探しへ。
It's kind of embarrassing when you shout like that.
なんじゃ、良いではないか。気合が入ったであろう。
Maybe you're right. Though it was still a little embarrassing. With Yukimaru, things just felt different. I'm happy to have someone take my hand like this. Someone to help me find my path forward. With Yukimaru, I felt confident that I could find a life I truly wanted. The warmth of his hand was comforting. Overwhelmed with happiness, I gripped his hand tighter, and Yukimaru glanced down at me.
主様、急にそのようにされると心が跳ねるではないか。
His heart's gonna skip a bit. Yes, we're holding hands. Mine already did. You're such a dependable spirit, Yukimaru. Trying to hide my feelings from him seemed pointless. I shared exactly how I felt, and suddenly Yukimaru just blinked silently back at me.
ああ、意味が分かって言っておるのではないな。これは参った。天然物か。
What do you mean? I asked for clarification, but Yukimaru remained silent. He only offered me a kind, reassuring smile. Master's finally thinking about her future. No longer are her smiles fake, but true ones from the heart. It's all going very well. This is good. Not only that, she's relying on me to help her find her path. Well, I've been keeping an eye on Toka, and I've been trying to steer things in this direction, so it's only natural. Suddenly, I felt restless and looked down at my hand. She was gripping it firmly in hers. Unlike mine, her hand was pale and thin. I felt a squeeze in my heart. This is all her fault. Making me feel all these emotions. It was like a scene from an anime or drama. I couldn't slow my beating heart.
主様、恨むぞ。
Huh? I tightened my grip on her hand a little more, and she gasped as she looked up at me. Her cheeks seemed to flush pink. Yukimaru? That kinda hurts. She tried to let go of my hand, but I wasn't about to let her off that easily. Opportunities like this don't come often.
話してなるものか。
I crushed her hands. Why? Then could you please at least hold my hand normally, like this? I tried to pull Master's hand toward me, but she took my hand and gently rearranged our grip. She didn't hesitate and did it with such ease. That made me incredibly happy.
もっとギュッとしてほしいのだ。さっきのように。
I should have been content with this alone, but I wanted to feel the same joy as before. I couldn't help but ask for more. Like this? Master looked a bit troubled, but gripped my hand tighter. Once again, her cheeks turned pink. When you ask me to do it again, I start feeling embarrassed. Ah! Her grip was stronger than before. Feeling like I might fall, I stood firm. Gah, it's because you look so adorable. I can't bear to let go of this hand. It was a guardian spirit's duty to ensure their master's happiness and guide them forward. But she seemed oblivious to my strife and simply walked on with our hands joined. Yeah, old West cartoon gunshot sound. Yeah. I don't want these days to end. What should I do? For now, I must focus on Master's future. Regardless of the outcome, I'm determined to see her happy. Together, we decided I might get a better idea of what I should do by exposing myself to a diverse range of people and things. Beg your pardon? Excuse you, what? I walked out into the plaza with my trench coat on. With that decision made, we arrived at the nearby train station surrounded by various shops and activities. There was a library and an office with documents dating way back into Nariyamukahama's history. We searched through each place. Sorry, nothing really stands out to me. Despite having wandered through various places, nothing really seemed to make an impression. Trench coat mafia, maybe, or subway flasher, Nothing truly captured my interest, nor did anything seem appealing enough for me to want to delve further into it. I really thought changing my perspective on this would help. I was visibly disappointed, and Yukimaru gave my shoulder a comforting tap.
なーに、一日で見つかるとは思っておらぬ。そう落ち込むでな。お。
Huh? Yukimaru seemed to have spotted something interesting and paused in the middle of the conversation. I followed his gaze to a vibrant poster on the shopping mall's wall.
なんと、これは美味しそうじゃ。
Oh, I see. It was a poster for a cafe that recently opened in the shopping mall, showcasing a variety of adorable parfaits. It is almost lunchtime, and I am starting to feel hungry. Yukimaru, it's time for lunch. How about we head back home? We weren't too far away, and after eating lunch at home, we could set out again. Despite my suggestion, Yukimaru remained captivated by the parfaits on the poster. It's parfait time! Everybody love parfait! He must be craving a parfait. I quickly considered how much I had in my wallet. I still have some money left. Yukimaru had been such a great help to me, it felt only right to treat him. But if I'm going to treat him, I'd prefer to take him somewhere I know is really good. I nudged Yukimaru back to reality with a tug on his sleeve. He turned to look at me. There's a place I actually recommend more than this one. Let's go there.
よいのか?
Finally, Yukimaru tore his gaze from the poster and quickly grabbed my hand. I am sure. He got so close I instinctively took a step back. It's like he acts on nothing but instinct. How is he not embarrassed being so close? Well, He is a guardian spirit in training. His only goal is to bring me joy.
我の主様が主様でよかったのじゃ。
It's just a parfait. It's not that big a deal. Stop trying to butter me up.
大げさではないのだ。でも本当に良いのか？我は人間のお金は持ち合わせておらぬが。
Broke ass spirit. Spirit bum. Just kidding. I left it in my immortal wallet. Can you spot me, baby? It's fine. I've been wanting to treat you to something anyway. You've been such a big help. I honestly told him how I felt, and Yukimaru suddenly started to quiver. What's the matter?
我にそのようにしてくれるなんて。はあ。
Yeah. He's gonna be a mooch. Unless he blesses us that we win the lotto. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. It seemed my words deeply affected him. He's so sincere. I really love that about him. Wait, but that's not like a romantic love, right? Right?
主様どうしたのだ？
Don't worry about it. Nothing. Let's just get going. I pulled Yukimaru's hand and decided to take him to my favorite cafe. We took a seat by the window and ordered 2 of the parfaits Yukimaru had his eye on. The parfaits were always affordable, but very delicious and beautifully crafted. If I'm going to treat him to something, I want it to be really good. After about 10 minutes, our eagerly awaited parfaits arrived, delighting both Yukimaru and me.
ごゆっくりどうぞ。
The parfait was overflowing with vibrant ruby red strawberries and generously topped with freshly made whipped cream. It was my favorite dessert, and I was sure Yukimaru would love it too. Seeing the colorful parfait before him, Yukimaru's eyes sparkled as he firmly grasped his spoon with trembling hands.
ふおー、なんと色鮮やかなことよ。見事じゃ。このようなものを食す日が来ようとは。
It was a pretty nice description, wasn't it? Are you really that impressed by it?
感動せずにいられるものか。今日この日を永遠に忘れぬ。
With that declaration of joy, Yukimaru returned to gazing at his parfait.
ああ、この山盛りのクリーム、まるで雪景色じゃ。ワクワクが止まらぬ。この胸の高鳴り、どうしてくれようか。
Yukimaru's over-the-top reaction to the parfait made me chuckle, but I could see his enthusiasm was genuine. There's ice cream inside. It's going to melt, so why don't we dig in?
では、実食じゃ。
Yukimaru nodded with gusto and plunged his spoon into the parfait. He meticulously scooped up the whipped cream and savored it with an air of elegance. I mirrored him, taking a spoonful for myself. Ah, this is happiness. So good.
ほわー！甘美なるクリームが我の中で舞い踊る。このような幸せな心地になるとは。幸福を運ぶ座敷わらしも白旗を振ってしまう勢いじゃ。
Is this some kind of food review? His commentary was so enthusiastic, he could make a food critic blush. He relished bite after bite, his bliss unmistakable. The couple next to us noticed and began whispering. Concerned we might be causing a disturbance, I tensed as they summoned the server.
すみません。隣の人と同じパフェをください。
Aw, cute. I'll have what she's having. I guess watching someone enjoy their meal so much makes you want the same thing. Yukimaru, oblivious to the couple's order, continued savoring his dessert. I found it so amusing that I started laughing.
突然どうしたというのじゃ？
Because it's so funny. It's never boring when I'm with you, Yukimaro.
よくわからぬが、主様が楽しいのなら良きじゃ。
Yukimaro continued to enjoy his parfait, his comments as plentiful as the whipped cream. Feeling a bit embarrassed by his enthusiasm, I hurried to finish my own parfait. I finished paying and we both stepped outside. Yukimaro looked at me and bowed deeply.
美味なるものを地層になって、
Oops, I accidentally cut that off.
美味なるものを地層になって感謝する。
You're very, very, very welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed it so much. Seeing him so happy made me happy too. I couldn't stop the smile forming on my lips. Yukimaro clasped his hand over his chest, his eyes shimmering as he did so.
はあ、そなたは最高じゃな。大好きであるぞ。
Oh! Yukimaro tried to hug me, but I dodged just as he rushed closer.
釣れないのう。
But because Yukimaro might not think much of it, but it was different for me. When he got so close, I felt shy, and I couldn't help but get wrapped up in that feeling. And he said he loved me, and he used my name. I realize he probably doesn't know what that means to me, so I shouldn't read too much into it. Yukimaro only said that because I treated him to a parfait. Things felt strange since last night. I'd become so aware of Yukimaro. I wonder if that means my feelings for Yukimaro are changing. But I can't. I can't think of him that way, knowing that someday we'll have to say goodbye. As I mulled over these thoughts, Yukimaro's expression suddenly shifted.
主様、そのような気を放つとは。まさか我を意識して。
You cheeky. Cheeky. Oh. That's right, he can read my aura. No, you can't. Please. You shouldn't do that. Don't read my aura. I don't consent. I don't consent.
そう強がらなくても良いのだぞ。
His smile wasn't innocent. It looked like he had something else to say, and that annoyed me. Am I the only one feeling stressed and out of place? Don't touch me or call me by my name anymore. When I said that, Yukimaro looked so shocked he nearly stumbled backwards.
なんでじゃ。小春や東花殿には許しているくせに。
No, I haven't told them it's okay either. They just do it on their own. And more to the point, I don't feel anything when they do it. It's because it's you, Yukimaro. I can't handle it.
じゃあ我も勝手にするのだ。
No, I say no to only you. Yukimaro, you're the special one.
あれだけ。
くっつくし呼ぶのだ。なんと言われようと我も。
Sir!
お前ら、何をギャーギャー騒いでいる。
He said he's gonna touch me! I turned in a panic to see Koharu dressed in his Western clothes.
だって。
Yukimaro pouted and complained like a child. I hurried to intervene. Oh, it's nothing. We were just disagreeing about something, that's all. Unlike Yukimaro, who's making a fuss, Koharu seemed uninterested as he turned to me.
なんでもいいけどよ。ちゃんと昼飯は食ったのか？
あ、今名前で。
Gosh, Yukimaro, quiet down.
うるさい。じゃと。
As for my lunch, Koharu, it wasn't really a meal, but I did eat.
なんだそりゃ。ちゃんと食わないと頭回らねえぞ。
Koharu patted my head as he said that.
これ小春、そんな風にして触れるでない。
あ？何言ってやがる。いつもしてるだろうが。なあ。
Although I didn't want to respond, I nodded yes. That sent Yukimaru into an even deeper frenzy, and he crumbled to the floor. This isn't what I wanted.
なんだこのジメジメしたカビみてえなのは。とりあえず、一旦家に帰るぞ。昼飯を作ってやる。
Okay, thank you. Hey, Yukimaru, let's head home now. I called out to him, but he merely pouted, looked away, and stood up. Seeing him like that pained my heart. This is all my fault. I knew I had hurt him, but I couldn't compromise on some things. I didn't really want him to read my aura, especially when he could see my feelings towards him. And so, without resolving much of anything, we headed home. Upon our return, Koharu kept preparing lunch. I offered to help, but he insisted he enjoyed cooking and preferred to do it himself. Koharu's cooking was always delicious, so I was glad he was making lunch, but for some reason, I felt guilty about it. I wish I could at least do something to help. I took out the plates and glanced over to find Yukimaru sitting on the sofa. He stared at the TV, lost in thought. It's like his soul is gone.
ありゃダメだな。仕方ねえ。午後からは俺が付き合ってやる。
Koharu, having noticed Yukimaru's pathetic state, offered his support. Suddenly, from out of nowhere, Toka appeared.
僕もです。僕も手伝うです。
While it was generous of them to offer, I wasn't really in the mood to go out with all of them. Thank you both. I really appreciate that. I glanced at Yukimaru again, but he seemed oblivious to our conversation. Normally, Yukimaru would have jumped in and declared, "That's my role!" I sighed loudly and felt kind of lonely. I was the one who started the argument, so it felt wrong to have those kinds of feelings.
遠慮するのはダメですよ。僕はあなたを手伝える時が来るのを待っていたです。それ
I'll cut that off my bed.
遠慮するのはダメですよ。僕はあなたを手伝える時が来るのを待っていたです。それで、雪丸さんとは何をしていたです？
I really don't want to go with them. Despite my thoughts, I didn't want to dismiss Toka's offer of help either. I explained how Yukimaru was helping me discover what I liked. The two of them suggested we try visiting another location in the afternoon. I felt guilty and couldn't stop thinking about Yukimaru. In the afternoon, we visited various places around town. The sun had set by the time we had returned. Toka was summoned away by someone, so he had to leave midway. As I walked beside Koharu, I sighed.
心ここにあらずって感じだったな。
Oh, I'm sorry. I know you came out to help me.
別に謝らなくてもいい。お前の進路のことは俺もトーカも気になっていたからな。
I was deeply grateful for the sentiment. What am I doing? Letting myself get so wrapped up in this personal stuff? I felt so bad I couldn't look him in the eye.
雪丸が原因なんだろ。何があったか知らねえが、あいつがああまでなるのは珍しいぞ。
Yukimaru was always smiling and full of energy. I'd never seen him so quiet. Seeing him in a daze like that was unusual. It was a first for me. What should I do? As I thought through all of this, I saw my sister at the crosswalk.
あ、妹、お姉様のお帰りだぞ。
Oh, big sis. Hi. How was your day? You're off early. What's up?
やっとディスプレイが完成してさ。
Tsubasa!
ここのところずっと遅かったから、今日は特別に早上がりってわけ。
Tsubasa-ne-san! I did notice sis had been coming home really late these past few weeks.
こちらの方は？
Oh, this is Koharu. We recently met.
へえ、 男の知り合いね。
My sister stared at him, making even Koharu flinch.
どうも。
この子の姉の翼です。それで妹とはどこでどうやって知り合ったんですか？
Before she gets the wrong idea, I need to find a way to play this off. He showed me around at an open college campus tour. Ooh, that's not gonna help your case. This college boy?
へー。で、今日はどうして？
Well, that's Tsubasa for you. Unlike Sayaka, who casually accepted anything, my sister wanted all the details. I was about to elaborate when Koharu interrupted.
彼女の進路のことです。
Huh? I looked up at Koharu.
今日は相談に乗っていたんです。どこにするか考えあぐねていると聞いたもので。でもまあ、彼女なら進む道を定められると思っています。
Koharu? He didn't just play it off or lie. He was serious as he met my sister's gaze. I felt deeply grateful for him.
そうでしたか。妹がお世話になりました。これからも相談に乗ってやってください。あなたのような人がいてよかった。
Sis, they wanted what was best for me. Their sentiments warmed my heart.
はい。それじゃあ、俺はこれで。
Oh, thank you for today. As I saw Koharu off, my sister looked on, appearing content.
なるほどね。あの人、小春さんだったか。
Huh?
ほら、前に母さんと喧嘩してあんたが家を飛び出した時、あんたさやかじゃない人に話を聞いてもらったって言ってただろ？
Oh. But honestly, I'm okay now. I found someone to confide in.
え？でもあんたしかいなかったじゃん。あ、さやかにでも電話したのか？
No, it's someone new I can talk to. I told them a lot and it really helped me calm down. Come to think of it,
あの人がそうなんだろ？
yes, him and one other person. Yukimaro.
そっか。どんな人なんだろうなって気になってたから会えてよかったよ。小春さんなら大丈夫そうだな。まだ挨拶程度だからわからないけどさ。
Yeah, he and the other person are both very dependable. Hearing that, my sister gave a warm smile. I don't have to bear everything alone. I have so many people ready to support me. Koharu, Toka, and Yukimaro. Yukimaro. I wonder if he's feeling better now. Probably not, huh? I realized that merely giving him space wouldn't be enough for him to forgive me. It wasn't that simple. When I get home, I need to apologize. I didn't want things to stay awkward between us. I need to adjust my attitude. I should try not to see him in a romantic way. It would be tough, but I figured it would be okay since my feelings for him were so new. Whether my feelings for him were romantic or not, I couldn't tell, but I felt like I might have been starting to fall for him. What's so wrong with a little secret crush? With that, I returned home with my sister. Since Mom came home early that day, we all got to enjoy a meal together. After getting home, I was concerned about Yukimoto and looked for him, but he was nowhere to be found. I wonder where he went. I was anxious something might have happened. After dinner, I decided to search for Yukimaro outside.
そうだ、さっき言い忘れてた。出来上がったディスプレイ見に来いよ。進路決めの休憩がてらにさ。いいだろ母さん。
Oh, the last time this topic came up, she...
ちょっと翼、あまりこの子を振り回さないでちょうだい。
Back then, she had scolded my sister and looked so angry. I fearfully stole a glance at Mom, but instead of being mad, she offered us a sad smile.
ええ、いいんじゃないかしら。あまり根を詰めても仕方ないのだしね。
A pang of guilt in my heart. But according to both Toka and Yukimoto, Mom is...
昨夜と先ほどの母上の表情、あれは あなたの思っているようなものではない。
目に見えるものが全てではない。母上の言葉を覚えておるだろう。お主がお主自身で切り開けるよう願っていた。相手を思うあまり考えすぎていけない。素直に捉えていいこともあるのだぞ。
What's really going through Mom's mind? Is she sad? Is she not? I need to figure this out. Hey, Mom. There's something I've been meaning to ask you. I decided to press on even though I was nervous. It's about my career path. Are you really okay with me deciding for myself? Mom's expression turned sorrowful as she pondered, searching for the right words.
あなた自身で自由に決めてほしい。信じてもらえないかもしれないけれど、今は心からそう思っているわ。私はあなたが自分のことを考える時間を奪ってしまった。あなたのことを振り回してしまったのよ。
Mom. She sighed deeply, seemingly coming to a decision, and then turned to look at both me and my sister.
実はね、お父さんに叱られてしまったの。こんなこと言っても信じてくれないだろうけれど、お父さんがね、夢枕に立ったのよ。
Oh no. Hopefully he was nicer than that. Hopefully he didn't come to like nag her and scold her and be like, hey, don't treat my daughter that way. Be like, I don't know, say something nice to your wife.
夢枕って父さんが会いに来たってこと？
Seeing my mother nod, both my sister and I were at a loss for words. Before, I wouldn't have believed her, but now, given everything I've seen, I totally believed her. Maybe we're better off without him. What if she didn't see the dad? What if one of the other ghosts is our dad? It's Hibiki. It's Hibiki in the mirror. After all, I too had interacted with spirits and gods.
お父さんにね、こう言われたの。あの子の好きにさせてやりなさいって。
And then there's like Yukimaru has a gun to his head in the background. Let her do what she wants, or else Yukimaru will kill me. Dad. Hearing her say this, I said a silent prayer. Thank you, Dad. You really are watching over me, aren't you?
私、そういう話は信じてないんだよね。幽霊とか心霊現象とかさ。でも、母さんの話は信じられる。
She said that with a big smile. Me too. I believe you too. Mom seemed relieved to hear us say that, offering us a small smile in return. I realized it must have taken her a bit of courage to share that with us.
二人ともお母さんに付き合わせてしまって辛かったわよね。本当にごめんなさい。
Her smile was melancholic, and I suddenly felt like I understood everything. Mom looked sad because she felt guilty.
って言われても、私は我が道を進めてるし。
Trying to lighten the mood, my sister spoke with her usual cheerful smile, making us all laugh.
あとはあんただね。今日も進路の相談に乗ってもらってたみたいだけど、ほら、さっきの小春さん。
Oh, right. But it's not just Koharu.
あら、雪丸さんに相談しているんじゃなかったかしら？
Yes, both of them are helping me.
雪丸。そっちはまだ会ったことないな。母さんはあるの？
ええ、あるわ。雪丸さんはこの子のことをとても考えてくれている人よ。
へえ、そうなのか。でも小春さんも親身になって相談に乗ってくれてる感じがしてさ。てか、小春さんって何気にいい男だったよな。たくましくて包容力がありそうっていうの？
Hook him up with our sister. What? Why were you checking him out?
そりゃそうだろうが。 妹のそばにいる男なんだぞ。もしかしたら関係が進むかもしれないじゃん。
That will never happen with Koharu.
まったく翼ったら進路の相談に乗ってくれている方よ。いい男なのは関係ないでしょ。
Wouldn't it be funny if it's like, that will never happen with Koharu? And then you hear a plate break in the background. And he's just shocked. Like he just dropped it because he was like drying it. He's like, At least mom gets it.
まあでもどんな方なのか親として気になることだし、一度お母さんにも会わせなさい。
Your dad also told me to find my happiness, so I'm gonna date college boys. Mom? Just when I finished yelling.
みんな小春がいいのか。
Yukimaro. Huh? When did Yukimaro get back? Yukimaro, in his spirit form, screamed out loud and then ran out of the living room. Seriously? He just came home, too. I told Mom and Sis that I needed to make an important phone call and ran out of the house. Yukimaro had already managed to run ahead, yet somehow I managed to keep up. I nearly lost sight of him multiple times, but I desperately continued on. Eventually, I caught up to him. Yukimaro was sitting on the stairs, and he let out a long sigh. Oh, look at his sweet face. Yukimaro? I called out to him, making him jump, but he didn't look my way. Feeling a pang in my heart, I silently sat down next to him. You're still mad at me, huh? Yeah, sad dog energy.
怒ってなどいないのだ。ただ、主様がわからぬので混乱しておる。
Oh. This is all my fault. Knowing I was the source of his confusion, I realized I needed to explain things to him. But I hesitated, wondering if I should be honest. No, I have to tell him, or he won't understand. I made up my mind to tell him the truth. Whenever you call me by my name, it stirs something in my heart. I mean, you usually call me Master. Yukimaro's head tilted curiously, and I shyly met his gaze.
どちらがいいのだ。主様なのか、それとも。
Which do I prefer? I hadn't given it much thought. Master would keep things between us the same. Yet being called by my name made me flustered. It was a peculiar feeling, unsettling yet sweet. In our heart, in our head, in our legs. But even so, I replied, albeit softly, maybe I think I'd like it if you called me by my name. This is so embarrassing. Unable to meet Yukimaro's eyes, I looked down. Acknowledging that only made me realize just how much I cared about him. How's he going to take this? Finally, I dared to look up at him. His cheeks seemed to be a little pink. I immediately looked away, my heart beat thundering in my ears. I just decided I would try to keep this from him. If I look at him now, I'd get my hopes up. Better than that, I'd like to be called by your name. Mm.
それなら名前で呼ばせてもらうのだ。
Oh, he looks so cute here. Like Deedlit. Yukimaro smiled, appearing bashful. Seeing his smile made my heart tighten. I noticed him reach out his hand towards me, and he gently patted my head, stroking my ear. It was such a simple gesture, yet I reacted strongly, my shoulders jolting. I could only image how red my face was. Imagine!
これくらいの触れ合いなら良いであろう。
It was the first time he'd ever asked. The first time he'd ever considered my feelings like that. It showed me how much he cared for me. That alone made my heart beat faster. I timidly nodded, and Yukimaru's face relaxed, looking relieved.
我はそなたにくっつくたび胸がポカポカするのじゃ。日だまりのように暖かく優しい空気をまとっておるからだろうか。
He met my gaze directly, his eyes filled with kindness. What do I feel uneasy? I feel uneasy about it. I just can't help getting nervous around you, Yukimaru. Opening up about my feelings caused Yukimaru's hand to freeze.
それは良い意味でなのか？
Well, I racked my brain, searching for the right words, but in the end, I could only find the truth. I guess I think I'm starting to have feelings for you. Yukimaru seemed caught off guard by my admission. His expression shifted from surprise to a troubled smile.
なるほど。我もそうらしい。
Oh. What? Does that mean he feels the same way? Yukimaru didn't seem to mind me being lost in thought as he moved to sit one step above me. Aww. Being gently hugged from behind, my heart raced. His arms easily wrapped around me, heightening my awareness of him as a man. I felt so overwhelmed I thought I might faint, but I couldn't bring myself to push him away. Yukimaru, you're laughing too much. While I was tense, Yukimaru laughed joyfully. That eased my anxiety.
嬉しくて仕方ないのじゃ。ようやくそなたとこうしていられてな。離れている時が永遠に感じたのだぞ。
You're exaggerating. Though I dismissed him, I shared his feelings. His absence made me uneasy and lonely, which was why the moment brought me so much joy. His presence was always uplifting. Oh! That's what happened. My bad. This is my throwing system. I did not realize I turned that on. Oi! Close! Close! Sotomate. My bad. His presence was always uplifting, and I loved how honest he was about his feelings with me. Yes. Peeling back the curtain. It's not a wizard. It's just a man behind that curtain. Maybe I really do like Yukimaru.
ふむ。気持ちをもっと隠した方が良いのか？小春のように。
Koharu?
そなたもだが、姉上も母上も小春を大層気に入っている様子だったからの。負けていられぬ。
I guess what he heard in the living room before really bothered him. You don't have to worry about Koharu at all. It's hard to explain, but because it's you, my feelings, I get all mixed up. While Koharu was important to me as someone who supported me, the feeling was different. I'm just not good at explaining this. I wish I could better express to Yukimaru how I feel about him. As I was struggling to find the right words, Yukimaru started laughing. Yeah, you want me to be more like Koharu? Ew, no. But a little.
なるほど。我だから胸がざわめくということじゃな。
Yes. Can you not say it like that? Please stop.
そなたはわがままじゃの。だが、そうしてくれた方がいい。これからは 隠さずに見せてくれ。そなたの感情や気持ちがどんなものであれ、我は受け止めよう。昼間のようなことはもうこりごりじゃ。そなたとはこうしていたいからの。
I feel the same way. I know we're going to part ways someday. That's why I hesitated to express myself. At least that's how I felt before. I wanted to accept Yukimaru's offer.
約束をくれぬか。我の前では素直でいると。
As I heard his request, my wavering feelings began to solidify. I promise. Yukimaru's grip tightened, and he pulled me in even closer. I didn't know how much longer we would have together, but at least we had these moments. We continued our embrace, confirming our feelings for each other under the starry night sky. No. On our way home, I hoped for some privacy with her, but Lolli's mother was concerned and called, so we had no choice but to head back. Walking towards her house, I glanced at Lolli's hand. Aw, I want to hold it. I began to fidget, feeling an overwhelming urge to take her hand. But I hesitated, knowing Lolli might scold me if I was too forward with her. I didn't want a repeat of the earlier experience. The thought of being separated from her again filled me with dread. It was a loneliness so profound it felt like a gaping hole in my heart. Before, I didn't think twice before touching Lolli. Now, with my feelings changing, it was complicated. Wow, such a peculiar thing. The most baffling and heart-wrenching of all phenomena to exist in the world.
胸が痛い。
I murmured as Lolli stopped, worried. What's wrong? Are you okay? Oh, Lolli's concerned about me. How adorable is that? I craved her caring gaze even more.
手をつないでくれれば治るのだが。
Lolli blushed, her eyes shifting away. Maybe that was too forward. I like that. I like that. Her hand grasped mine tightly. My spirits lifted to the heavens. Like this? Her touch warmed my heart instantly.
すっかり気分が晴れたようだ。
We both laughed, sharing a moment of joy. Ah, this warmth, this comfort. If only it could last forever. I found myself wishing to stay in this gentle life forever. Oh, that's sweet. Nice work. We did 2 chapters tonight. All right, time for some good game hygiene. We're going to save the game. Okay. Save. Dun, 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 dun. That's right. Okay. Well, thank y'all so much for hanging out with me on the new year. Thank you for starting your year off with me. I hope we have a lot of fun times to look forward to ahead. Yes, so thank you. And this should get us, if we could do 2 chapters, we'll be able to finish 9-rip this year. And then move on to one that doesn't have 9 playthroughs, 10 playthroughs. But anyways, thank you so much. This was a lot of fun. I'm happy that we could play. I hope you have a good rest of your evening. My next stream is boom, 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 boom. Study Buddy's lunch tomorrow at 11 a.m. I was thrown off because I don't have work tomorrow, but yes, tomorrow. So I'll hope to see you then. But 9-rip the sequel, maybe. I'm not exactly sure when that releases, but if not 9-Rip the sequel, maybe something else. Lolli Ppoppo brain. Yeah. All right. Well, like I said, have a good evening, and I'll hope to see y'all again soon, okay? Thanks so much. Bye-bye.